As new rules and mandates come into play, states are suing to block the U.S. rules, which are going to curb tailpipe emissions for large trucks. Now, we've discussed this before with cars and light trucks, but this is a whole different animal. Multiple states are not pleased with the federal government forcing new regulations on Americans, and the Environmental Protection Agency is receiving more pushback than they had before with its emissions rules for passenger vehicles that will go into effect in 2026. Republican attorney generals in 25 states are suing the EPA to block the rules from going into effect. The lawsuit claims the rules will threaten the economy, cause job losses, raise vehicle prices, and put electrical grids at risk. And the EPA already scaled back its original proposal after resistance from the auto industry and from the UAW. But the original proposal cut tailpipe emissions by 56% before 2032, compared to the original request of 2026. After much pushback, it was then reduced to 49% in the final rule. These attorney generals say that the rule is legally flawed and is forcing automakers to meet the mandate to go all electric, even though consumers are pushing back and sales have dropped off dramatically. Consumers are looking at hybrid vehicles instead of electric, and that's a huge issue in meeting their goals. Now, after resistance by auto workers and the auto industry, the final version of the regulations was scaled back compared to the early proposal in order to give automakers more flexibility in meeting those emissions goals, which are unobtainable. And the EPA gave automakers more freedom to meet those emissions by saying, we'll let you do gas-electric hybrids, which many environmentalists have opposed as a half measure that delays that EV transition to at least a later date. The EPA denies that it says there is an, in quote, absolute no mandate for automakers to adopt electric vehicles, because this is an election year and there will be more fights like this since electric vehicles have now become politicized. These attorney generals stated that the rules amount to an attempt by the administration to transform American passenger vehicle market improperly through strict rules that make it difficult for manufacturers to not go electric. They'll be forced into no options. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman said the rules would harm the American economy, threaten jobs, and raise the price of vehicles while undermining the U.S. electricity grid. Coleman also said there is very little consumer interest in electric vehicles in his state. West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrisey called the rules, in quote, legally flawed and unrealistic to say the least, close quote. Other states that have joined the suit include Alabama, Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Utah, Virginia, and Wyoming. And of course, the EPA declined to comment. The EPA has forecast that between 35% and 56% of new vehicles sold between 2030 and 2032 would be electric under the rule, a range that reflected the flexibility of the agency that has said automakers have to pursue different pollution-cutting technologies. States are now forced into legal action against the government as more aggressive mandates put their states at risk for lost jobs, negative economic impacts to the state and its residents. An aggressive government that forces its citizens to buy something that they can't afford by an unelected regulatory agency that makes arbitrary laws is a major issue that needs to be handled in the courts. I'm sure you'll have some really good comments. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. If you have any questions or comments, I'll be happy to get involved in the conversation. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee or just stay a little bit longer and find another way to save some money on your cell phone plan. Links for our website, social media, and the book and the podcast are all down in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching. Have you ever thought, why in the world is my wireless bill so darn high? What are we paying all this money for? Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk and text, mobile hotspots? We are partnering with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers all of these features for as low as $15 per month. They're reimagining the wireless shopping experience and made it easy and online. No stores, no salespeople, just huge direct-to-you savings. Why should you pay more when you have access to premium wireless? Mint Mobile runs on the nation's largest 5G network. Whether you use your phone to watch YouTube, listen to podcasts, or play games, you get the same speed and performance as the big guys while connecting to Mint's network. How hard is it to switch your service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's hard, but switching to Mint is super easy. Thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most phones now have, you can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. And if your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. Just go to trymintmobile.com/LaurenFix, also linked in the description down below, to get premium wireless for $15 a month.